What is going on, guys? I'm Vince Man, and you're watching this video because you want the truth, and I'm going to tell you the truth. We're going to start right now. MJ, Mary Jane, Michelle, Zendaya. What's going on? Kevin Feige says nothing's going on. Listen, it was not a reveal, all right? It wasn't a reveal. We were just paying homage to the character in the comics that Peter is tied to. We were paying homage to a character that we've seen before in a previous series. You know, that was it. But she is paying attention to Peter. Oh, what does that mean? Is she going to be a love interest? Oh, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Kevin Feige said that. Now, it's interesting that he said that last part. And it's also interesting that he says it's not a reveal. Relax. Relax. It's also interesting that when the film was announced and the casting was announced as things kept coming out, it was first Tom Holland Spider-Man. Duh. Then it was Marissa Tomei's Aunt May. Then it was Zendaya is Michelle. Now, Michelle. Who's Michelle? Number one. Number two, why is she being announced before Robert Downey Jr., who's Iron Man? Why is she being announced before that? And then she was announced as a love interest? A love interest? Wait a minute. Hold on. And I've seen the movie. We've all seen the movie. Okay. Laura Harrier's the love interest, playing Liz. All right. She's not a love interest. So why was Zendaya announced before Laura Harrier, who's the actual love interest in the film? And why was she announced as a love interest? I don't know. Let's keep digging. Let's keep moving. Maybe we're going to get an answer. Then it was some promotional stuff happening for Spider-Man Homecoming, as most movies get, especially those of superhero variety. You know, they get promotion. You know, and the Spider-Man Homecoming promotion, there was some pictures being taken and an interview being condoned by the Hollywood Reporter, I believe. And these photos and interviews were with none other than Tom Holland, Spider-Man, of course, and Zendaya. Michelle. Why? Why is Michelle? Why? Who are you? I saw the movie and you're irrelevant. Why are you being why? Huh? Why? I don't know. In the interview, you know, she's talking about, I'm Michelle, I'm weird, blah, 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 I'm not a love interest, whatever. She's not a love interest. I saw the movie, you saw the movie. She's not a love interest. So, I don't understand. And then, after that, we get rumors that she's playing Mary Jane. People are pissed now. People are pissed because Mary Jane is not black. And that goes against who she is in the comics. That is directly against the character, right? So people are pissed. People have had it. Michelle is not Mary Jane. You know? Zendaya is not Mary Jane. Zendaya can't be Mary Jane because she's black, all right? Guess what? Michelle is not Mary Jane. I saw the movie. Everybody saw the movie. Kevin Feige said she's not Mary Jane. Her name is Michelle. Somebody left a comment on my review for the movie. They're like, are you deaf? Okay? Michelle is not Mary Jane. Yes, I'm not deaf. I have small ears, but they do work, and I can read. Big eyes. You see them. I can read. So, of course, she's not Mary Jane. Her name is Michelle. Duh. Right. Now, this is when we need to critically think. Let's put together all of these coincidences, right? What do I think? Well, I think that Michelle is Mary Jane. I think that Kevin Feige purposely... Did you see how that moved when I said it? It was like... I think Kevin Feige is, you know, he doesn't want to spill the beans, you know, he's keeping it close to his chest. Spectacular Spider-Man TV show. That show literally had all of the viewers fooled that Harry Osborn was the Green Goblin until it was revealed, no, he's not. Norman Osborn is, and evidence was just stacking up against it, you know. Now, we could say, you know, he said they're paying homage to the character. I mean, we've got Betty Brant in the film, and she looks like Gwen Stacy. Maybe they're paying homage to the Gwen Stacy character that we saw in a film that came out 2 years ago. You know, maybe it's 3, right? 3. Maybe they're paying homage like that. You know, Betty Brant, her name is Betty Brant, but she looks like Gwen Stacy, right? I mean, we saw Betty Brant in a movie in the previous Sam Raimi series, and she wasn't really that relevant, just like she's not really that relevant in this film franchise. So maybe, you know, paying homage, maybe not. I don't know. Who knows, right? But as it relates to Mary Jane, Michelle, I think that Michelle is Mary Jane. It's set up. We know that she's paying attention to Peter, number one. We know that. We keep seeing her. Why do we keep seeing her? What is her purpose? It's already been hinted that she's a potential love interest in the future. And I think she will be a love interest. I think he's going to take her to prom, senior year. Or something's going to happen when he can't take her to prom. She says no. Something like that. But her character is already similar to the Mary Jane character as it pertains to, think about it like this, right? Mary Jane is a character. Her personality is a party animal, blah, 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 blah. And ultimately, she's a journalist, kind of tomboyish thing. What if, Mary Jane, she has had an upbringing that's not so favorable. She's been bullied in school, not only because of just being bullied, for the sake of being bullied, but because of her name being Mary Jane. I mean, look at the environment in the schools. We've already have it that, people get bullied over silly things. Peter has a wonderful nickname. What if, she had a wonderful nickname? Her name is Mary Jane. What does that mean? In the movie, it's already established that these kids are like normal kids. They make jokes. They talk about things. So, Mary Jane, what does that mean? What if that conversation happens? People bully her. She kind of ostracizes herself, pulls back. I'm just going to read my books. Maybe she goes home, can't watch TV because she doesn't have TV. Maybe there's something's wrong at home. She just reads and stuff like that. What if that's her character? I think that's kind of interesting. I think that's really cool. She says, my name is Michelle because I don't want people making fun of my name. I'm tired of people. My name is Michelle. Call me Michelle. At the end of the movie, call me MJ. Why MJ? Why MJ? Michelle Jones? Like Michelle Johnson? I mean, sure. People's first names are Carl, last name Johnson. Carl Johnson, CJ, what's up, CJ? Michael Jordan, MJ, Michael Jackson, MJ. Like, maybe, sure, but why is Zendaya relevant if her name is Michelle? She goes by MJ. Are they saying she's going to take the role of Mary Jane, but her name's not Mary Jane? Why not? Why MJ? I think she is Mary Jane. I think it's going to be revealed later in the series that she is actually Mary Jane. Now, what about the character from the comics? That's completely going against the character from the comics. And us fans have a problem with that. We have a problem with Mary Jane Watson's character being changed. Guys, now I've been on Facebook. I've been on Twitter. I've been on, I haven't seen anything on Instagram, but I haven't looked that hard. I've been on comicbookmovie.com, and I've seen people making comments. I've seen people saying, I have an issue with Mary Jane Watson being black because it goes against who the character is in the comics. And for that reason, I don't want to see this movie. People are boycotting the Spider-Man Homecoming film because of the potential, the idea of the character being Mary Jane. Now, once it was announced by Kevin Feige that she's not Mary Jane, people were like, yeah, that's right, woo. The one moment, the one issue, the one thing that I have, the one problem that I have with the idea of her being black goes against who this character is. The character is a person that has red hair. She is traditionally white, traditionally has red hair, and her personality, I think her personality is the basis of who she is, not necessarily her appearance. And she's a girl with a lot of issues at home. She grew up and moved around and just had a lot of issues. And with that, that's why she partied and acted out and things like that. And you could argue that they are changing up the character with her, partying, and with her not partying and acting out, even though she did appear at Liz's party. And, she acting out, I don't know if she necessarily acts out. We haven't seen that yet. But The problem that I have with the idea that this character goes against the actual core, the comic book character of Mary Jane, the problem and issue that I have with this argument, and that being a reason as to why you don't want Zendaya to be Mary Jane, and why you won't see this movie, is because we had a series, a Spider-Man series, that completely butchered the character of Mary Jane Watson. Mary Jane Watson. It's so important that she has red hair and she has a fiery personality, and the Sam Raimi series her hair was like gingerish red, and it meant nothing. It was never even mentioned. The character's personality was the complete and total opposite of who the character is supposed to be in the comics. The character in the movie was this selfish, annoying girl that did not care about anybody but herself. Her boyfriend, her friend, who's this superhero who she knows and loves, the superhero, and has a lot of things going on. She can't understand the fact that he is this superhero, and she gets jealous, which is okay. She gets jealous. It's okay. But she is this annoying woman she's an awful girlfriend. She is literally an awful girlfriend. Awful. And her personality is nothing like the character from the comics. Nothing like. She's not a party animal. She's not fiery. She's not independent. She literally is always in a relationship. She can't be by herself. And sure, in the comics, Mary Jane, maybe you could argue. But the character was intelligent, was fiery, was sexy, was smart. Mary Jane from the Sam Raimi series was nothing like that. And people didn't have a problem with that. People did not have a problem with that. So, listen. If you have an issue with the character of Mary Jane Watson being portrayed by Zendaya because it's different from the comics, be honest. You don't have an issue because it's different from the comics, because you're a Spider-Man fan, because you care so much about the source material. You have an issue with the fact that she's black. And that's a different conversation. That is an entirely different conversation. Okay? It's one thing about, be faithful to the material, trying to wrap it up in some nice little box. Say, no, it's not. No, it's just the fact that it's not faithful to the material. But really, in actuality, the problem is that the character would be black, and you don't want the character to be black. Now, listen, I think that there are some characters that their race is tied to who they are. Their race is. Steve Rogers being one of them. Steve Rogers can't be no black dude. Steve Rogers is a white man that went into World War II, okay? He went into World War II and was then put into this program in which he became super soldiered up, super soldierfied, right? Black man, that ain't happening to no Negro. I'm sorry. And that's what Negro, it ain't happened. Back then, that's what, listen, okay? That ain't happening, all right? Blade. People say, make Blade white then. The issue is that when it comes to a lot of these minority characters, the reason for their creation is because of the lack of diversity, right? The lack of diversity. So, the argument, well, if people made Blade white, people would be pissed. People would be pissed. These social justice warriors are just so mad. Oh, they're just getting into everything. Listen, Blade's origin is, I believe, tied to his race. And I'll get into it. Now, yes, he was born in England, which is a European place, so you know. But he meets a person. He meets a person named Jamal something. I don't remember their last name. And this is a jazz musician. A jazz musician. And this person helps Blade, Eric, become Blade. Now, this jazz musician helps Eric, who is a black man. I'm not saying that a black man wouldn't help a white boy during this time. Whatever. It was like 1920 something, I believe, in the comics. I don't know when it was, but it was wild. I'm not saying a black man would help a white man during that time. I'm not saying a white man would help, or a white boy would help a black man during that time. But I am saying that it is less likely. I mean, guys, there are some characters whose race is tied to who they are, and the majority of those characters happen to be of color, because the experience in the world of being a minority, your life is different. It is, and that your life is different being white as well. Being white, it's different. It's different just based upon your skin color. It is different. With that being said, can Mary Jane be white? Can Mary Jane be black? Mary Jane is traditionally white. Can Mary Jane be white? And in the movies, yes, she normally is white. In the comics, she's white. Can Mary Jane be black? I think that it doesn't hurt the character in the way that it would make her not who she is. And for those that argue that they're not going to see the movie, or that they're not a fan of the character being changed because it's such a drastic change from the character that is portrayed in the comics, you're saying that because of her skin color and her hair color being different, even though you can make her hair red, that she's different. That's all that character is. All that character is a white girl with red hair, when that character is much more. And if you're saying that you can't have a black actress be this character who's traditionally white because of her being black, and that changes the character, and you're not going to see the movie, you, my friend, are not a fan because you don't understand who that character is, and you accepted a previous franchise that completely raped the character of Mary Jane Watson, and you were fine with that just because the character was white. You'd rather have a raped rendition of a character than have something that is true to form. Now, I am not saying that Zendaya's character of Mary Jane or whatever will be true to form. I am simply saying there is a chance, and that you accepted a character who was only that character from the comics by name, but not from anything else. Well, and name and association, but not from personality. And that you are alright with that. But you're not okay with the character being a different color, even when that character is not tied to their race, and their personality would not be different if their race was different. Now, it could be, it very well could be, because the black experience is different. It does change who that person is. It does. Some people even said, I don't want Mary Jane to be black because it reinforces black stereotypes. That's a very interesting point to make. And being black would change some things, right? Maybe it could. Just like being white would change some things. But if the character is written in a way that not only acknowledges the source material, but borrows from it, but takes from it, but the only thing is the fact that that character is a different race, makes you, as a fan, not want to have anything to do with it, then there is a bigger issue. And it's not the fact that it's different. Oh, it's not who the character is. It's a different issue. It's an issue that we've been seeing. They're changing the race of all these characters. Oh my God. What if we made Luke Cage white? Sorry, you can't make Luke Cage right. His origin is tied to who he is. Sorry, you can't do that. It's a different character then. Why don't they just create different characters? I mean, I agree. Make different characters. Sure, I agree. Sure. I find it very interesting. It's a very interesting topic. Very interesting topic. And my opinion on everything is just my opinion. And some people may agree, some people may not. You know, and that's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. But I just want the thought to go through the minds of individuals. A character can be just like the comic book, personality wise, character association wise, but as soon as that skin color is different, so it's a problem. It's a problem. You can't make that white girl black. I ain't seeing that. Why? What does that mean? What does that mean? You had an iteration of the character that skin color was there, hair color was close, but personality was completely different. That was okay. It was okay. I don't know. All the other characters who were changed, people had a problem with it and wanted to, you know, change, like, just move it. You're try to move the goal. No, it's not because, listen, it's not because of the fact that they're different races. It's because it's different from the source material. People are upset about Flash Thompson. Who cares about Flash Thompson? Who cares? But Agent Venom is like a Flash Thompson who is way out of high school, right? And but Tony Revolori, okay, I got you. So you would rather, if they were to keep the same race but have a buff dude and he's beating up Peter, that's fine. That you would be okay with that? I doubt it. I just think that the race issue, the issue with the film, the issue that people have with this film, as it relates to it being different from the comics and the characters being different from the comics, I don't think it is a personality thing, which it should be. I think it is quite literally a race thing. And yeah, and for those of you that have that issue, what does that mean? What does that mean? What is the issue? Is there a deeper issue? Is there something, you know? And then the notion of it becomes, well, you're changing this character. You made Mary Jane white, or made Mary Jane black. Why can't Blade be white then? Then it becomes this, it's a competition or something. And it's like, wait a minute, but it wasn't a competition. It was just like, how many white characters are there? A lot. The majority of characters are white. So it's I don't really, but then again, my experience is different. My perspective is different with me being black, with me being an African American male. My perspective is different because of me living in this world that is the way it is. But it's just interesting. I think it's a very interesting dialogue, and I would love to have like a live conversation about it with some people. I know Spidey, he's completely against the changing of the characters' races, which is interesting. And I want people to have like safe and cool conversations about it. Not just, you know, some people are like angry, like, oh, you think this, you're this. It's like, no, it's not about that. It's just, let's have conversations and think about it. Let's critically think, okay? We don't have to be mean and nasty toward people that have different opinions of us. This is the world. Everybody has a different opinion, which is beautiful, you know? And yeah, so with that being said, I'm going to be in the comment section. Are you going to be in the comment section? Let me know what you guys think in that comment section below. Let's have a conversation down there. Really, let's have a conversation down there. Share this video around with all of your friends. Also, so then why is Kevin Feige not saying she's Mary Jane. I think it is literally being coy. I think it's trying to push the reveal. I think Michelle's role is a lot bigger than we think it is, and I think that her Zendaya being signed on to this film at such an early point is telling of that. It's very telling of that. And the ending reveal is a nod, like a just wait. It'll pay off. It'll pay off. But let me know what you guys think in that comment section below. As always, I thank you all for watching. All of my stuff is in the description down there. That's my social networks. This is a direct upload because boy is exhausted. I am exhausted. I've been working my butt off. But yeah, love you all. Have a good one. Peace.